John Brown here. This clip is going to be around the subject of why activists in the past, if they were alive today, they would be doing work in the capacity of Tariq Nasheed. They would be doing work in the capacity that Tariq Nasheed does his work. Meaning, if we had Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Louis P. Newton, Bobby Seale, any of these very prominent names within the black community and black culture and black history, if any of these folks were alive today in modern time, 2022, and those individuals had the same fire and energy they had in their time that they were alive, if they were alive today, folks, they would be doing the same exact work in the capacity that Tariq Nasheed does his work. I'm not here to say Tariq is better than any of these other past activists. No, sir. The past activists have created Tariq Nasheed. The thing is, again, if they were alive today, they'd be working in that same capacity. Again, meaning they'd be on YouTube. They would be on Twitter. They would have been on MySpace when it was popping. They would have been on Facebook when it was early in its heyday. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter Spaces. What's the Clubhouse? They would be on any and all of these current platforms to get their word out, to connect with the people, the black folks of the diaspora. Now, as we see in modern time today, Tariq has got such a reach due to modern technology such as Twitter Spaces and what's the one called? Clubhouse. With apps like this, he's able to instantaneously speak to 1,000 people in a whole entire other country. Some of his chat rooms at night may have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people in them. Of course, it's a mix of folks from all over the world. But you see, as he goes through and he's talking to person to person to person, you hear the accents, you hear where folks say that they're from. Again, if any activists were alive in modern time today, they would be doing work for the black community in the capacity as Tariq Nasheed. Again, and not to forget, even to books that Tariq has written. Tariq's written many books. He's written books on relationships. One of his books on relationships was actually stolen from him, and that's what created the movie Hitch with Will Smith. Okay? So Tariq is very prominent within Hollywood and LA. They know exactly who this individual is. He's written many books, again, such as the relationship ones. His latest book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter. He's been on any and all of the major news outlets, the major legacy news outlets. He's been on all of those. They know exactly who Tariq is. It's interesting. It's like it's the black community and the white community, both to a degree. Not necessarily as a whole with the black community, but you get this census where like folks don't want to give Tariq that power. They don't want to give him that praise that they give these past activists. Now, I'm not sure if it's necessarily because he's alive and there's a cognitive dissonance between the current work and him being alive and then the work if he had passed. Maybe it's that people don't want to put a target on Tariq of him being a leader of some sort. Tariq is not necessarily a leader in the sense that he leads people somewhere, so it's like if you were to remove him as the leader, it would dismantle an organization. That's not really Tariq's place in any of this. He's really someone that just brings knowledge to truth and truth to power and power to knowledge, and all of these things interchangeably. But again, if any past activists were alive today, they would be doing work in documentary style. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't you be traveling the world with modern day technology and creating what Tariq's creating? It's even, he pimps the community. But see, notice white people don't say within their community when another person creates a business or they create a documentary that they're pimping the community. So this is where you see the inside hate not only people have for themselves and their contempt for their own melanin, but then that of contempt of somebody of their own vision doing very well and trying to bring knowledge to power for the people. So just a couple thoughts and statements and ideas to kind of toss around. It's just simply put like this, folks. John Brown tries to keep it short. If any past known activists were alive today, they would be working and doing their activist work in the same capacity of Tariq Nasheed. It wouldn't make any sense at all to try and become an activist for your community in any other way, shape, or form. It would make no sense at all for you to take a step back and not use any of the modern technology advancements or corporations or businesses around to your advantage. Activists in the past used their current technology to the best of their ability to spread word and knowledge about the fight and what they were trying to bring to power. Interchangeably and objectively, activists from the past and Tariq are both one in the same. Tariq just has newer style technology that was not available in the past. He is just as powerful with his word and truth to power. John Brown here, folks, just trying to do what I can to replace white supremacy with a system of justice